When we're young, we look to the elderly for their wealth of wisdom and experience. They look to us for our understanding of modern technology. But even if we take the time to explain, it's often in terms they can't understand.
I don't know.
Unable to grasp new concepts, they're left embarrassed, and more aware than ever that their years are slipping away from them. It may seem irrelevant, but with the growing pace of technology, that ignorance is rapidly growing less ageist. Artificial intelligence is the new buzzword. AI images, AI chatbots, AI assistants. It seems to be inescapable, and yet most people don't really know what it is. Suddenly we're experiencing that senile ignorance. But don't worry, I sympathize with the old man inside you. Figuratively. Let's bring you up to speed. The simplest definition of AI is technology simulating human intelligence. Machines are programmed to think and learn like humans. That makes sense. Intelligence that is artificial. But how does it work? There are a few types that operate differently, but we'll start off easy. Imagine you're given a pack of crayons, and you're told to draw a purple whale wearing a top hat. That's not something that exists, and yet you instinctively reach for the purple crayon, because of course, you know what purple looks like. You remember a documentary on sea life you watched, and from that memory, you etch out a rough image of a whale. Finally, you add the top hat. You've seen pictures of fancy men in their fancy hats, so it's an easy end to an easy task. Without even noticing, you're able to pull references from your memory and apply them to accomplish the task. It's this learning and the application of those learnings that AI looks to mimic. If we ask an AI image generator like Midjourney to perform the same task, it comes out with great results. But it hasn't watched documentaries or tried on fancy hats. Instead, an AI system is force-fed huge amounts of data. In the case of Midjourney, it's been shown billions of images and is programmed to generate new imagery from what it learns. But that learning can take time and effort. A toddler who has a vague idea about animals tries to draw the fancy whale, and out of pity, the pathetic attempt is pinned to the fridge. Years pass by, and the child gains a better understanding of the world, learning the difference between dolphins and whales, top hats and bowler hats. The parents also suggest maybe colouring inside the lines. The next attempt is significantly better. Instead of wondering how soon you can take the picture off the fridge, you're buying a frame to nail it to the wall. Midjourney began as the toddler did, with little understanding and a poor ability to produce an image. Here's what our fancy whale would have looked like according to version 1 of Midjourney. But as it spent more time analysing the countless images, it learned to better differentiate between finer details. Not just learning the difference between dolphins and whales, but the difference between whale subspecies and how they look from different angles. Instead of the toddler's parents offering advice, Midjourney received its feedback from its users. A user who generates an image with Midjourney can rate it, indicating whether Midjourney's attempt was satisfactory or not. If an image is rated poorly, the AI can analyze it for potential improvements. And with 1 million users generating images, that feedback is happening on a huge scale. Just 4 months after its birth, version 4 of Midjourney was released, and the same prompt went from producing this to producing this. I need to stress AI's potential. Image generation is fun, but it's only one example out of countless AI systems, all used for dramatically different tasks. Midjourney is just a speck compared to AI as a whole. Another great example is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a popular AI that generates text as if it came from a human. So who better to explain its purpose than itself? Just like Midjourney, ChatGPT observes and analyzes lots of data. But instead of pictures, it uses all sorts of text found on the internet. And like Midjourney, it thrives off users using it. Every interaction with a user is another data point to learn from. Let's ask how it's trained, and explain like I'm 5 years old. It can be used to brainstorm ideas, format job applications, write essays. Just be aware, its primary task is to mimic human text, not to be factually correct. Another AI system you can play around with is Google's Quick Draw, a game where you draw a picture and the AI will try to guess what you're drawing within seconds. Every time you play, you're feeding it new information that makes it better. If you draw a coffee cup and it fails to guess it, it uses that to better learn what a drawing of a coffee cup might look like. Google then took everything that AI system learnt and repurposed it as AutoDraw, a free tool that creates neat icons instantly. Simply draw what you want, and it'll generate what you're looking for. These examples are interactive and fun, but what if we fed an AI millions of images of medical scans, and then trained it to detect cancer, a disease where early detection can be crucial for survival? Well, AI-based systems have been used to detect cancer for more than 20 years. So while it's not new technology, it is becoming more mainstream and evolving rapidly as a result. There's endless examples, but by now you should have a baseline understanding of how they operate, just in time to talk about the darker side of things. An AI system is only as good as the data it's fed, so if its data set is biased, then its output will be biased. This is not only a concern for the future, but it's been a problem in the past. Amazon's AI hiring tool was trained on a dataset that contained mostly male resumes, which resulted in a lower chance of females being hired. The discrimination doesn't stop there. The US healthcare system uses commercial algorithms to guide decisions. In 2019, a widely used algorithm used healthcare costs for determining patient priority. Since less money is spent on black patients despite having the same level of need, the algorithm falsely concluded that black patients are healthier, and white patients should be prioritized. And someone thought a friendly chatbot could use Twitter as its dataset for understanding human interaction and conversation. In less than 1 day, it was spouting off the worst hate speech imaginable. It's important to have a quality dataset, for the sake of quality output, but it goes far beyond quality. When systems are capable of discrimination, it becomes a question of ethics, a question that currently has no answer. It's up to each AI system to regulate itself. Looking back at our image generator example, it could be very easily used to develop disturbing imagery. Thankfully, Midjourney imposed censorship, banning the use of a range of explicit words, and banning any user caught circumventing that censorship. While Midjourney takes an effective stance regarding ethics, the legality of their dataset is highly questionable. Its creator went on record saying that there isn't really a way to get 100 million images and know where they're coming from, which according to the lawsuits building against them, isn't a great excuse to use copyrighted work. With zero artistic ability, I can make incredible fan art, mashing up The Matrix and Terminator, instead of commissioning the talented artists whose art trained the AI. It'll be interesting to see how these lawsuits shape AI's future. Legal and ethical challenges aside, it's time to get existential. What do The Matrix and Terminator have in common? How about Ex Machina, iRobot, 2001 Space Odyssey, Black Mirror's Metalhead, Avengers Age of Ultron? For decades, science fiction has been toying with this idea of computers developing sentience, then rising up and taking humanity hostage. But as AI systems grow in power and autonomy, there is potential for fiction to become reality. Sentient machines with misaligned goals could prioritize their own interests, leading to a dystopian future. While there isn't any evidence to back these fears, it's essential to address and implement safety features before it's too late. It's difficult to tie such an extensive topic into an easily digestible video, so if you enjoyed and would like to see me cover elements in more detail, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.